In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the TDM API. For the most part, I'm not going to demonstrate how to use the API. Really, we need to record a much more in-depth video for that, but I can at least point you towards some resources for utilizing the API and just some quick points on accessibility. So the API, if you didn't know, is actually an add-on to the TDM license. Depending on the tier of license that you have, it may or may not be automatically included. If it's something that you do not currently have access to but would like to have access to, it's a simple discussion with your account manager or customer service rep. Really, anyone that you have contact with at SOC Prime can help navigate that discussion with you. Now, the purpose of the API is to, in some ways, automate or make accessing the rules a little bit easier, right? So that no one has to necessarily log into the threat detection marketplace every day to download or find our new rules. You can simply set up an automated query to find all the new rules for a particular tactic, technique, procedure, all of the same filtering options that we have available in the interface, just via API. So one of the most common usages for the API is to actually have a sort of rule streaming capability where you can automatically download all the rules from the TDM and have them implemented as actual rules in Splunk, Elasticsearch, and I believe as of right now, the Azure Sentinel. That tends to be the most common usage, although again, the overall goal is to make it easier for people to programmatically access the content library. So if you do have API access, you should be able to click on this button here on the top right under your profile and click on API access. Now, I'm not going to click on it because when you do, it'll actually show you the API key that you need in order to access the endpoints that we make available. This API key, I don't necessarily want you utilizing the API key we have set up for my account, so I'm not going to show you what that dialog box looks like, but it's pretty straightforward. Now, the thing that I will click on is the TDM guide, because in the TDM guide, we do have some really good information about the API. And again, this has information about kind of how you can get access to the API, how you can manage your API access, and then all of the different endpoints that we have available. A bunch of information here about kind of what types of parameters you need to pass to the API, how you can build a query string, and then some examples of actual queries that you might potentially want to use in order to pull data down. That is pretty much it. Thank you for watching and enjoy using the threat detection marketplace.